IPTV. We've got the tremendous South African who's now been based in Britain for about a decade, but he's going to tell us all about that. Michael Ramabeletsa. First of all, Michael, have I pronounced your surname correctly?
Say, go on, let me hear.
Ramabeletsa.
Perfect. Yeah.
See, I'm one of those guys who can pick up names. How you doing anyway?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I can't complain. I'm doing amazing. God is great. Thanks, God.
Yeah. I mean, you're now 38, and I can't help asking you this. Are you the oldest prospect in town?
I think so. But, the age is just a number. I'm the youngest, probably.
Yeah. I mean, there's a guy in Halifax, Jimmy First, who's about 40, who's a prospect as well. He's 9-0. But as you say, age is just a number, and you look about 19, not 38. So yeah. Where are you in your career? You look like a fully paid up member of the Who Needs Him club. Obviously, this year was always good. Is certainly got tough and is getting tougher for you. But your last 3 fights, Indy Sanger 9-0, Ryan Walker 8-0, and of course your most recent fight last December, I think, Joe Echo, who was 7-0. So is everyone avoiding you, or are you a victim of Corona as well?
I think it's just being avoided. I don't know. They don't want to lose. They don't want to lose. So I feel like I'm being avoided.
Yeah, I mean, how hard has it been for you this year? Because do you work? I mean, how can you be earning money? Because you've never, although you've got that patchy record. You've only been beaten, I think, twice in 6 or 7 years. To the losses earlier on in your career.
Yeah.
How do you get by? Because I know you're not in the big money.
Actually, I'm lucky because of there's a sponsors that are helping me. Finally, as before before I become a champion, I didn't have no sponsors. So at least now there's the sponsors that are helping me to push forward, to chase my dream as always.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're chasing your dreams. What realistically, what is your dream, at 38 years of age, and, most probably going to be 39 before you get busy again, maybe even older, because of the COVID problem?
At the minute, it's just that I'm just staying focused and living the good life, and just take care of myself. Getting ready for the big fight if they come up, which is I've got a fight next month that will be defending my title. So yeah, that's the plan, just to stay in the gym and stay focused and just to look after myself.
Oh, that's brilliant. I didn't know you had a fight next month. Who are you facing next month? Have you got an opponent yet?
Because we just waiting for the contract to be signed. I don't know whether should I put the name out there.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Shabaz Masoud is your mandatory.
You know what, Shabaz, I'm glad you just asked about Shabaz. Shabaz, it's a good kid, which is a good boxer, a good prospect who's coming up. You've been talking. We put him in that position. Actually, he didn't fight to get that position, but the way he was talking, he's number one. But now it seems like he's not number one because he doesn't want to sign the contract to fight. But he just been talking. He talks like I'm not in his levels and all kind of things. So, but I don't know. Sometimes until you get to that level, then you'll know. But if you haven't get to the level that he's talking about, you'll keep saying what he's saying, that I'm not in his levels at all. But yeah, Shabaz, he was mandatory for English title, but now he's not a mandatory anymore because he hasn't signed a contract.
Yeah. Oh, well,
yeah.
So that one's gone by the wayside for now. But what does it mean to you to be English champion? So you come here from South Africa, I think 10 years ago, which we'll speak about in a bit. But what is it like? What does it mean to you to be champion of England? Because I know what a proud man you are, how proud you are of your family up there in Preston.
It means a lot. It means everything for me to become a national champion after so long. It just means everything to me. Just shows that as long as you don't give up in your career, there's nothing that will stop you to achieve a goal. So for me to become an England champion, it's just an amazing.
Well, what do you think you can achieve in the super bantamweight division still?
I can get to the top. I can get to the top as long as the opportunity comes. There's nothing can stop me to get to the top. That's the only. I believe in myself, and I know how hard I work, and I'm still gonna show a lot of boxes that as long as you work hard and you stay, you believe in yourself, nothing can stop you to achieve anything. So I can stay. I can get to the top no matter what. As long as the opportunity comes up, nothing will stop me to.
I mean, what is the secret to you being so fresh at 38 and looking so well?
It's just to look after yourself. I don't go out. I don't club. I don't have friends that I'm going out every time to go and club and all these kind of things. I'm just a family man. When come back from training, I'm at home with my family, my kids, and all that. So I'm just sacrificing. The secret is just to sacrifice. It's not even a secret, actually. Sacrificing is something that is very, very important. Then you'll see when you sacrifice. It's not easy to sacrifice, but when you sacrifice, you'll see the results.
Yeah, I mean, just go about how young you look. That's why. I mean, everyone must tell you how young you look. You must get it every day when you walk in the supermarket. You must probably get asked for your ID if you go in a bar or something. They wouldn't let you in, most probably.
Yeah. You're right.
Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, it happens. It happened. Even I remember I was with my mate. Actually, he asked me to buy him a drink, and then they don't want to give me. They said, "Can I have your ID?" And you don't look 25. So so it happens a lot. Yeah, it happens a lot to me. It's still happening now. So.
Oh dear, brilliant. How did you end up here? You had all your early career in South Africa. I think was your first fight over in Martin Wall 10 years ago. Was you just?
Yeah.
How did you end up here? Did you just come over for that one-off fight?
No, I came here for boxing, strictly boxing to come and box over. I was talking to Tony Harris when I was in South Africa. Tony Harris in Nottingham.
Yeah, I know Tony, the trainer, yeah?
Yeah. So yeah. Tony, I had a chat with Tony, and then Tony says, "Listen, Mike, I'll give you an invitation. You can come over and see what you got." And then he gave me the invitation. Then I went to Nottingham. I trained with him. I was training with Jason Booth.
Yeah, good fighter.
Yeah, and then we had sparring and all kind. And then he said, "Wow, you know what? I'm impressed, and you're not going anywhere, champ. We're gonna make a plan that you stay over. I'll train you and all kind of things." So down the line, obviously, things that we're looking for me to stay and work with Tony. Tony, by that time, he didn't have them, and I didn't have enough time because I came over with the visiting visa. And then that's how I managed to work with Chris Saniga.
Yeah. Oh, I see. I know you.
Yeah, obviously Chris Saniga wanted to test me as well to see whether we can work, and then he tested me with Lee Haskins, Lee Selby. And then he was also impressed. He was also impressed. So and then he said, "No, Mike, listen, you're not going anywhere. We're gonna sign the contract, champ." And then that's how I stayed. I stayed out, and then we signed the contract. That's how I stood up, and then I never looked back.
So how did you end up in Preston?
For me to be impressed in me and Johnny, we've been talking. We've been talking.
Johnny Roy, you mean, yeah?
Johnny Roy, yeah. So, what's happening in Preston? There was just a lot of things were going on, and then because I always wanted to be a champion, and so I was not getting what I thought I would get when I was in Preston. I was in Bristol. So that's the problem that it makes me come and work to work with what's his name? My goodness. To work with Johnny, to work with Johnny. That's how I end up working with Johnny.
And how did Preston become your home?
Then Preston became my home. I love Preston, and it's a very quiet place, and that's me. I like the quiet place anyway. So we worked together with Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we worked together until the MTK comes in. When the MTK comes in, obviously, I was training, but I was not signed with MTK. So that's what I decided. It's like, okay, we had a chat, me and him. I said, listen, I know you work with MTK. Obviously, MTK it's a absolutely a massive team, which is I would love to join to work with them. But by that time, obviously, he has no choice because obviously MTK is a big team. So he told me that, Mike, I would definitely love you to join the MTK, but I don't have power at the minute. I don't have anything to say. I only listen to what I get told. So I understand. And so I said, no problem. Let me just go and see who I can work with for me to become a champion. To be honest, I don't want to take fights and just to lose. That's not my plan. I don't want to be a journeyman. And then he said, no problem, champ. I'll be happy for you to achieve whatever you want to achieve. I know how hard you work. And then that's how we stopped working together.
And who are you with now?
I'm working with Kevin Murray.
Oh, Kevin Murray. He's managing you as well, Kevin. I knew he was managing you, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
managing. I didn't know Kevin was training you. I didn't know that. I knew Kevin was managing.
The one who's training. No. Who's training me is Mickey Day.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. And
yeah. Kevin, because Johnny was also managing me by the time I was working with him. He was my trainer and working with me. So at the minute I'm training with Mickey Day, and managed by Kevin Murray.
And Kevin gets you plenty. Kevin's getting his fighters a lot of work at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah. He's working hard. He's working hard for his fighters. He's working up a lot harder. I mean, he's trying his best for me to get the big fights. He's working hard a lot, like crazy, because every time he talks to me on the phone, says, Mike, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. So So my fight will be live on BT Sport anyway.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'll be defending my title live on BT Sport. That's what I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, in your career, you've had, 35, 36 fights. I know it's an 18, 17 record. Who's the best man you've ever faced? Tell me I know you would fight all 17 that have beaten you tomorrow. I know that. So, but out of all of them, who would be the hardest for you to beat?
Who would be the hardest for me to beat?
Yeah, of all the 17 who you lost to. If you said who would beat, if Kevin said, I've got so and so for you, and you would say he's the best I've ever lost to, who would that be?
You know what? The funny thing, the guy who I lost to, and it was the toughest fight. Where I said, I lost that fight. It was Samir from Hull.
You know what? That's amazing, because he was going great and lost to Josh Warrington. That's an incredible.
Yeah.
Really? That's the best you lost to?
Yeah, that's Samir. That's the guy that I would say I lost that fight. He was the best I lost to.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Or even the fight, it was I think it was 1 week notice. But he, out of all people I boxed, he was the best I lost to.
Man, that is high praise, because you fought Paul Butler, Ian Butcher, Cal Yafaya, world champion, obviously Samir. I'm looking at your names now. You know, Ashley. I'm going through these. It's like a who's who of who you fought. I mean, that's high praise for Samir, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to lie. That's the only guy. That's the only guy that I say I lost that fight fair enough to him. Yeah.
Of your 17 losses, how many do you think you were robbed in?
I would say I've lost the fight that I get robbed probably about 15 fights that I said I got robbed on them fights. I got robbed on the 15 fights, because all of the fights that I was losing, because of, I think that's how they were thinking I'm taking the fights to be a journeyman. Yeah. Because most of the fights I was taking them in the short notice.
Right.
So yeah. So even if it goes on a point, because I used to box. So when I boxed, you know, even if I outclassed them, but they're just going to give it to the home fighters.
Yeah. Do you want to be like Bernard Hopkins and box at 50?
Yeah. You see, Hopkins retired at the age of 50. So he can imagine that my age compare what happened to Hopkins. I'm still a baby.
So
I'm still a baby.
You're gonna box at 50 then, yeah?
No. I'll never get to that age. At the minute, I'm just fighting. As long as I don't have no injuries that they can stop me, I'll keep fighting. Yeah. But you know, because the injuries, there's a lot going on in boxing.
Yeah.
So I can only take the fight as it comes. So I don't wanna plan ahead too far from. Yeah. That's the plan.
And what is your plans for retirement? Are you going to stay in England, or are you going to take your family to South Africa to live?
No, I'll be staying in England, but we visit in South Africa often. But I'll be staying in England, you know. So that's my life is in England now. So my family, my kids, and all that. So, but I'll be just visiting in South Africa. Yeah, I mean, my life is great in England. I love the place, and I'm who I am today because of this country. You know, I'm living my life the way I'm living my life, and it just shows that as long as you live a clean life and you work hard, you can achieve anything in life. So, yeah, England is my home. It's my second home. Obviously, South Africa. I was born and raised in South Africa, but obviously England. This is my home. This is my place, and I love England.
What can I say? Michael, it's been a pleasure speaking to you for VIP TV today, and I think people who listen to the interview, they hear you speak. You're a very easy fella to warm to, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you. Lena, I'm just looking forward to this fight. Hopefully we'll get the big fights after. We check. I mean, there's a British title out there, British and Commonwealth. Hopefully we'll get them opportunities after my defense.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you. I really appreciate your time.
Appreciate yours.
Cheers, buddy.
For all boxing info, news, and latest interviews, amateur and pro across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.